These are build tips for the April 2021 Build of the Month Wyvern Watch Castle. For basic castle building techniques, we recommend watching our Construct a Castle video series. You can find that playlist right here. Now, let's dive into some more advanced castle building tricks and techniques. First, let's look at these battlement transition pieces. These are some of my favorite pieces from the castle. They go from crenellation to overhang, matriculated battlement. And in this case, we're just using them to make like a neat little area, larger playable area outside this tower. So because we have a castle door here, we have some ballista, I wanted to just have a little more area to play with here. So you can use these things. You don't just need to use them to go from a whole bunch of battlements to crenellations. I can throw them in any sort of straight and make a really interesting little jutted out area that has good area to pop down some MacGuffin, or in this case, we've got a doorway or whatever. So really versatile little piece. And it also makes your straight runs just look more interesting, right? This wouldn't be as exciting if it was just a whole bunch of crenellations up and down. Throw these in here, and now it's got some character. And this matriculated overhang, this is cool, right? It makes your castle look more impressive. Now let's look at this square tower. So the top is just our cathedral roof. Then we have a pretty regular city builder level. And then another city builder level. This one built on our murder hole floor. And then it gets interesting down below. This down here is actually a castle corner wall. Let's pull this out so we can take a look. This guy. So essentially this is just a corner wall here built in reverse. And then I filled this corner with the master mason walls, including the door here. So we get an entrance, and then put in this back corner, put one of the corner pieces there, so then we could build our city builder stuff on top of it. It creates a nice alternate base for a square tower. And then when you dress all these in front of it, it looks super solid. So let's look at this really tall, small tower here. So there's a couple of fun things going on with this. First of all, it's built on a corner the way you normally build a tower, but it's on the inside of the castle versus the outside, so we can have more interesting geometry. But what's fun in here is taking this upper level off. There's a door here, so you can enter this part of the tower here, but this floor is solid, so there's no way to enter this from down below. So what's fun is the only way into this tower and then up to the villain's lair is up at the top of here. The only way in and up is that one single door. So it makes it for an interesting narrative point. This thing can be locked or magically warded or whatever. Like forces the players, like is a neat bottleneck to sort of force the players, if they're trying to get in there, there's only one way in. Or of course they could try and scale the tower or sneak in through the arrow slits or something, an interesting alternate as well. But what this means is it also creates beneath this, in the lower part of the tower, this becomes a whole separate chamber as well. So this has a door. There's a door here that lets you come in from the courtyard, and then it's connected into the walls, so you can access the walls. And this has a basement, which could be like a little dungeon or something down there too. So this becomes like a whole separate room in the same tower, using the same footprint. We have like a lower room and then the whole upper rooms. So it's an interesting way to break up your tower and have the same footprint give you a couple of different interesting playable areas. All right, let's take a look at this courtyard now. So this whole raised sort of dais area here is putting our tiny steps to good use. There are a ton of these little tiny two-step stairs that come with the castle. And if you're not using all of them, in this case, we put them to use to make this platform. So this is just a 2x1 castle floor with 4 of the little tiny stairs around it, up against the 4x4 LED floor. I couldn't find the shiny acetate there, so I just put a piece of tin foil in there to help amplify the light. But a couple of 2x1 floors and 8 of these little steps. It makes a little fun raised area, give you a point of interest. Also fun with the stairs in the back here. We've got a ton of these. There's elevation blocks and the half elevation blocks, these guys, and the stairs, and the little steps, the full steps. So there's a bunch of different ways that you can make steps going up, and I find them really fun because it gives you some interesting spots to have some dynamic multi-level combat. In this case, we actually put the stairs are on a 2x1 floor to elevate them up even higher, so they can get up to battlement height, up to the crenellations at the top. So use a little two-step at the front thing here, on top. But I like having a lot of different levels for the players and the NPCs to be on for a fight to make it really fun and vertically dynamic. And finally, let's look at this small tower on the front here by the drawbridge. So there's a couple of interesting things happening with this guy. First of all, this level, it's all solid wall back here, so there's no way to get here from the wall. And the trapdoor down connects in here. So the only way into this tower is through the wall. So we'll see that in a sec. Right, you enter through there, spiral your way up, and again here. So it once again forces some interesting ways to try and have to get into this tower if you've got to get into this tower. Even more interesting is we've built this it's on the end of a wall, right? So this is just a wall segment with the tower connected at the end of the wall instead of on a corner. It's literally just terminating a wall segment. So it's kind of an interesting and alternate way to attach your tower to your walls. And then this flows, it's just paved with crenellations. This flows right into the gatehouse. So lets you make a neat, big area above your gatehouse. That's it. I hope these build tips help inspire your castle building.